I wanted to make a short video on some of the accessories that I bought for my M11-9 and M1045 submachine guns over the years from Cobray Firearms. Now, Cobray Firearms was owned by a guy by the name of Wayne Daniels. And Wayne Daniels, he also owned a company called SWD, which was named after his wife, Sylvia Williams Daniels. And the way it worked is SWD manufactured the stuff, and Cobray Firearms sold it. Now, Cobray Firearms, they went out of business in the mid-90s, I believe. And the Cobray company that you see on the internet now is not the same. It's not Cobray Firearms. It's some other company. I don't know who the hell they are. But you've already seen on some of my other videos one of my favorite accessories. This is the K-grip, the screw-on K-grip that was sold by Cobray Firearms. And this is one of my favorite accessories here from them. You also seen on another one of my videos about one of the stocks that they sold, Cobray Firearms sold. And this is a nice wood stock that Cobray Firearms sold, I think for $30 or $35 back then. And I used this for like 25 out of the 30 years I owned this gun. This was just like my favorite stock on this gun for a long time. Now, Cobray, they also made a stock. This is the stock for the M10 guns. This fits my M1045 perfectly. So you see you've got the stock for the M11 and they had a wood stock for the M10. And I really like wood stocks. There's nothing like having real wood on your guns. I can't remember if it was Cobray or whoever. There was a company that actually made a wood grip for these guns. I wish I would have bought one when I could have, but I guess I didn't. Now, what we have here is an original upper assembly that Cobray Firearms used to sell. This 10-inch barreled upper, this used to sell for $60. It was $59.95 or something like it. It was $60. And if you look really close at this one, if you look at this front sight, you will see that this front sight is actually adjustable for windage and elevation. It's kind of crude, but it actually works really good. Can you get a good shot of this, Miriam? You get a nice good shot of this? You have to use a flat-bladed screwdriver, but you can adjust that you can adjust that sight for windage and elevation. It's really neat. Now, they also made the 6-inch version of this, like the original standard upper, but it also came with the adjustable front sight, and that one was $50, $49.95 or something like it. It was $50. So the 6-inch barrel one was $50, and this one here, the 10-inch, was $60. Now, and when you actually want to shoot this, you can't hold on to this. You'll burn the hell out of your hands. So what I do is I just take one of their barrel extensions, and I put this on there. And when you actually put this on the gun, this extra barrel length, it brings up the velocity and the accuracy of the gun. It really makes the gun nicer to shoot too, because you got all this weight in the front, and it keeps that muzzle down when you're shooting at 1,400 rounds a minute. So this is one of my favorite accessories here too, this 10-inch barreled upper. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about magazines. These are the original Zytel magazines. And people complained a lot about these Zytel magazines, but the one thing they had when they originally came out, up until the first magazine ban in 1994, that lasted 10 years, before 1994, you used to be able to buy 4 of these for $33. That's $8.25 a piece. So these were almost throwaway magazines when they first came out. $8.25 a piece. How many 32-round magazines can you buy anywhere for that kind of money? Now what we have here is this is an original Cobray magazine pouch. They used to sell these for $12 a piece. If you look in the back, you see very lightly stamped in the back here is the Cobray logo. See if the wife can get it or not. But that's it was sort of poorly stamped, but that may look sort of bad, but this is a good quality pouch. I've had this thing for 30 years, and it's still in really good shape. You notice it just uses Velcro, and you just put this down over here. For you guys who have the new metal Z magazines. This will fit your Z magazines perfect because they're a little shorter, but you'll notice that this barely is long enough right here for the original magazines. Now you look in the back, you've got nice belt loops here, so you can put it on a belt. Now you have these guys up here. Now I think that the British, they used to have suspenders that would come down and would attach to something that was on your belt. So it would keep something that was really heavy that was on your belt from pulling your pants down probably. So that's what these could be. You could also probably use some kind of a strap with clip-ons or something, and you could put it maybe around your neck and shoulder and sort of hang it down that way. But like I said, 12 bucks. This is an original Cobray pouch that would hold 4 of these magazines. And these magazines, like I said, were $8.25 a piece if you bought more than 4 of them at a time. What we have here is what they call the Assault Sling. And these used to sell for $8. I think you could still buy these. I think someone still makes these because you could use these. You could probably put these on a pistol too. Now, if you look here, you see a really bad stamping of the Cobray logo on it. Yeah, it was sort of, that doesn't look that great, but that's the way that's why they came. And this is the way I would hook it on my gun. I would just hook it, see, on this bracket here. And I've hooked this other one on my little eyelet that I installed on this myself. And there you go. You got your assault sling on your gun. And it's adjustable. A nice little sling, you know. Now the last little accessory that I have here that Cobray used to make is a weird one. This is actually a brass catcher that they use. They made one for the M11 and one for the M10. Now I used to use this a lot, and it worked fine. But the one I had for the M10, my M1045, that one wouldn't work because the M1045 didn't eject the brass hard eject to get the brass to go into the bag. Sometimes they would bounce back and it would jam the gun in the M1045. But the M11-9 ejects the cases hard enough that they'll go right down into this bag, even when it's like floating, even when it's sitting like this. Now you look, it's just a metal. It's just like a what do you call this? It's almost like a coat hanger. It's sort of like a real thick coat hanger that's welded onto this little round piece here, and then you have a big you have the screen here with Velcro on the end, and it's held onto this piece here by a tie wrap, a big tie wrap, nylon tie wrap, and this wire framework here, this is actually coated in some kind of a rubberized material here. This is in pretty good shape except for one thing right here. Close. Can you get closer, Mary? Right here, I think I spilled a little Hoppy's number 9 on this, and that solvent, that Hoppy's number 9 solvent, started melting this rubber coating. So if you actually buy one of these, they're no longer in production as far as I know, but if you get one of these, make sure you look at this rubber coating to make sure it's in good condition, and never use any kind of solvent on these when you clean them. I would suggest you to use dishwashing soap or something if you clean it. Now here's how they worked. This would go right up against your front sight here, and you just push down on it, and they would fit in these little ribs on your upper here. You see, it fits inside the ribs on the upper, and that's what holds it on. And it actually it works. And like I said, I used to use this quite a bit. So when you shoot it, the brass will come out and they'll go into this bag, and I would never fire more than one magazine through, because then the bag gets a little heavy, and you might have trouble. You might get jams then after the first magazine. So after you shot your magazine, you would open up this Velcro thing over here, and you would dump your cases in whatever box or whatever you had. Now I used to use this to save my cases, but after a time, 9mm brass became so cheap and easy for me to get a hold of. At the range, the outdoor range I used to shoot at, I used to buy bags of thousands of them for hardly nothing. And so I stopped using these because it is a little extra weight and everything. But now the way the cost of ammo is now, I might start using this again. But like I said, this is no longer being produced. And if you want to buy these, you'll have to go on eBay or something. I cannot for the life of me remember how much I paid for this, but I don't think it would have been over $35 or so back then. Well, those are some of the accessories I bought from this gun that SWD Cobray used to make. You've already seen, or I've already made a video on their SWAT case, which is a really interesting accessory. Probably one of the most interesting accessories I ever made. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wanted to thank my wife for being so nice and videoing this for me. Love you.